pumping the Dark Templar, and particularly get him to this southern field. If they suicide and take out that Overlord, they could wreak a lot of havoc. And I almost want to see an, okay, we have seen an evolution chamber, a spore colony here to the south, and that would be a very clever maneuver from Elliot to just absolutely death hold that economic advantage. And this is where I kind of wish Denzak would have maybe gone a little bit more of a tech option, a tech switch option, and gone for more Reaver play here at this stage rather than sticking to some sort of other play. But it looks like these Zerglings are going to be very vulnerable on the front door. The Dark Templar are going to completely ignore it, make a dash to this bottom left-hand corner. Unfortunately, yeah, 3 Overlords, a Spore Colony underneath, and now all DJ Elliot needs to do is sit back, mine some resources, and laugh. But you might want to add a couple more Hydralisks underneath, because just a single Sunken Colony, but well, let's see how it goes otherwise. Just a single Sunken Colony with not a lot of troops to support, and still a lot of damage could be wreaked. I'm not seeing, and with the 2 Stargate opening, usually you want to kind of keep utilizing them. That's a pretty heavy investment early to work with it. It looks like these Dark Templar are kind of peeking in and immediately pulling out. And yeah, also Spore Colony at the front door. DJ Elliot actually now in a fantastic position. It looks like we're just seeing a lot of gateways, so it's just going to be 2 base play from Denzak. I really feel like DJ Elliot has a strong straddle hold on the situation right here. And keep in mind, yes, there is a big supply advantage in Denzak's favor right now, but most of that is in Corsairs, and also most of that is in probes. So it looks like he's getting the range upgrade for the Dragoons. He's now trying to take this 3 o'clock base, but even if he manages to get this 3 o'clock base up and running, DJ Elliot should be, as long as he keeps up with his macro, in an excellent position to just kind of charge that whenever he feels like it. In fact, right now, actually a little bit undersaturated at his natural expansion, a little bit undersaturated at his main. It's still not producing out of this gas, so bad macro actually might slow Elliot down a bit, but in just a pure economic versus economic situation, he's still in very, very good position, moving out with a lot of Hydralisks, maybe waiting a little bit for Overlord speed to upgrade and get some more Overlords out in the field. I think he's already got the Weapons 1 upgrade. Yes, he does have Weapons 1. He's going to be able to continue with that. And an attack force moving out, but I almost feel like this is a pretty pithy attack force. I almost feel like these Zerglings alone will be able to kill that despite the Weapons 1. Looks like the range just now kicking in. There is Psystorm that's upgraded. Looks like, oh, interesting, very early energy upgrade for the High Templar to get to some additional storm. Not seeing any cannons late here at the 3 o'clock, but right now Denzak in a pretty good position just macro-wise, but you got to worry about getting just rolled at this stage because you've got a lot of Hydralisks, a couple Zerglings moving up. Let's see how he micros this. This is going to be critical. Storm dodging and storm casting right here. There's a storm, and no storm dodge. Oh man, no storm dodge whatsoever. You can see all those Hydralisks just getting absolutely destroyed. 7 kills on that 1 Templar alone, and that is going to send Elliot home. So, and yeah, he's going to be able to clean this attack. So, actually, I'm going to say that I'm going to favor Denzak a little bit in this situation because he's starting to secure this 3 o'clock. There's been no pressure on this 3 o'clock position. He's got a pretty decent-sized army. He is ahead in supply. Elliot still without the best saturation at the natural expansion. Still looks like he's much more saturated, but critically does not have that gas running otherwise. And this is at the stage when you're in this build where you would expect to just have an overwhelming troop advantage. And it looks like he's just failing in his macro a little bit. This is where you'd expect to have just a huge amount, all those larvae turning into Hydralisks, just have Hydralisks all over the field. And I'm wondering if either nerves or maybe those Overlord kills earlier really did have just a brutal effect on him. So now the Zealot's starting to wander in the natural expansion. There is a couple Mutalisks to try to pick off those High Templar, but getting in a little bit late. A little bit of an empty storm right there, but it looks like nice storm right there. The Zealot's actually not getting hit by it at all, so very nicely placed. This 1 Mutalisk, these 2 Mutalisks, should get taken out by these Dragoons fairly easily. Let's see if there's some presence of mind on Denzak's part, and if he can, nope, not able to morph those Templar into Archons, but nevertheless, Denzak should be able to attack move with the rest of these. Another Psystorm. Still 4 Mutalisks continuing to be built, more High Templar moving in, more Psystorms. The Mutalisk is actually eating a lot of Psystorm and just having difficulty macroing and microing all over the field. Looks like Elliot is getting pushed on pretty heavily. The Zealot's not speed upgraded and wandering right in the field. If they can take out that Spore Colony, those Dark Templar might be able to cycle their way around. But at the very least, even if this attack fails completely, that 3 o'clock position is going to be established. But Elliot in really bad shape. He's now actually going to call latency for, yeah, that actually makes sense. He's saying how he had some trouble dodging and actually going to end up losing all of his main right here. So that's going to be GG. It looks like he's going to call it in just a second. And yeah, Elliot doesn't have a lot of room to argue because Denzak did say, hey, do you want to remake? He denied it, went with it anyway. But there's GG. Game 1 is going to go to Denzak. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.